Was this your first time seeing this helicopter, in person? And if so, what was your reaction?
Oh, yeah, this is the first time I've actually seen a simulator in the form of a helicopter, a rescue helicopter. In fact, I don't think another one even exists except over on the Case Western campus and stuff. So this is an incredible, piece of technology that's going to just make a giant difference in the future education and training of nurses, paramedics, and probably even be some doctors that'll get on there and try to do some things also. But it seems like a state-of-the-art simulator.
Why do you feel it's going to make that huge difference?
Well, if you think about, when do you get your training that makes you comfortable to actually get on a helicopter or get into an ICU setting, the more that you can simulate that experience in a real way, not just the patient and the monitoring and the illness or trauma that they have, but all the air turbulence that would occur and the noise that would occur in a helicopter. That would only happen if you happen to have the opportunity to ride along in a real rescue situation and stuff. So,
what was it like developing this program? Did you have any conversations about it? What stood out to you the most from those?
This is totally driven by the University of Texas at Tyler. They are the ones who envisioned this, brought it together. In fact, I think President Philly identified 2 or 3 other people in the audience today that, in fact, were the big pushers on that. And, they went to the legislature, they found some money there, they basically pitched the idea to them and sold it to the legislature, and they pitched in, I think, well over $7 million in order to make this happen.
And it's my understanding you have history as an anesthesiologist. We've talked about that. Healthcare field's important to you.
Well, it is important, very comfortable with it for sure. The University of Texas system has 7 medical schools, 10 nursing schools, 3 pharmacy schools, 4 schools of public health, and even a school of bioinformatics, which is one of the few that are in the country. So we're a big healthcare enterprise, and to be serving as the chancellor at a time where 2/3 of our budget is related to healthcare is something that fits very well with my overall training and experiences that I've had.
And what do you feel this is going to mean for students' ability, to get jobs in this field?
Oh, I think that when they're going to come out incredibly well trained, so you've got somebody that completes a program here, and I believe it's a certificate program, to actually be able to go and, let's say, find a job at one of the other places, either here in Tyler or elsewhere. Think about that for a minute. If this is the only place in the state of Texas that offers this kind of training, how competitive those people are going to be in the market, whether they go to Dallas, to Houston, to Austin, San Antonio, any place in the country, frankly, that's exciting.
Anything else you want to add?
Well, it's always a pleasure just to be here at Tyler. A lot of cutting edge things have happened here in the past and are continuing to happen here. They are really the epicenter for the UT system in the delivery of rural care. Not just routine rural care, but what I would call emergency rural care. And this is a great example of what they're doing to try to really better meet the needs of the rural population in this particular area.
Would you consider this a long-term investment?
This is going to be a long-term investment, and they're just going to build on this over time, as most simulations do. The technology gets better, the interest gets stronger in it. They're going to grow the number of people that'll get to participate in it, and it's just going to be a wonderful program, now and decades to come.